So let's get to it. They play tonight. They're at Old Trafford. Aston Villa, what's going on?
Well, it looks like there could be another big addition coming the way of Steven Gerrard. Luca Digne, a player that has attracted a lot of interest during this transfer window, already up to 5 clubs at one stage courting his signature. Chelsea and Napoli wanted him on loan, but Everton only interested in a permanent transfer following his fallout with Rafa Benitez. West Ham, we understand, reluctant to meet his wage demands, and he turned his nose up a bit at the idea of joining Newcastle. So all roads at this stage seem to lead to Villa Park. It's not a done deal yet. We should stress that. Villa having already landed Felipe Coutinho, though, in the coup of the transfer window so far, hoping to tie up this deal within the next few days. There is work to be done with Everton in terms of a fee. I think that will probably end up being around £25 million. He's 28 years of age. He's looking for a 3.5 to 4 year contract. Villa seemingly willing to oblige on that front. Don't believe there's any issue in terms of personal terms either. Talks already underway, and I think once again this shows the pulling power of Steven Gerrard. And while we're talking Aston Villa, one to watch out for, Darren Randolph signing on loan from West Ham for the rest of the season. That should go through soon, and he'll be back up to Emi Martinez. So Villa doing business this window. Being
pushed to ask you the question, and the answer should be, well, it damn well needs to be, is it going to be a big week for Newcastle?
I think it has to be, Jim, especially with what happened at St James's Park. Really embarrassing for Newcastle, especially given the strength of the team they sent out. Eddie Howe hasn't always historically taken the FA Cup seriously, but I think he saw that as a chance to boost confidence and maybe help attract new signings as well, because they're in a relegation fight. But if you're going to potential arrival and saying, look, we're still in the FA Cup, we're going to try and win that competition, it's a route into Europe. Clearly that avenue now has been taken off the negotiating table. Let's tell you exactly where I think they are at this moment in time. Sven Botman, 2 bids rejected already by Lille for him. Newcastle, as I understand it, lining up a 3rd bid. They know they're going to have to smash their previous transfer record. That was the £40 million they spent on Joe Ellington to get this one over the line. There is interest as well from AC Milan, but clearly they can't match Newcastle financially. We know there's interest in Chris Wood at Burnley. Burnley very reluctant to sell anybody to a relegation rival, so I'd be surprised if that happened. Todd Cantwell at Norwich, another player that Eddie Howe is a big fan of. Don't be surprised to see a bid go in for him. And they're still in talks as well with the Sevilla centre-back Diego Carlos, after talkSPORT broke the news last week. A £25 million bid turned down for him. So it could be a big week at St James's Park. The other player that's being mentioned is someone that we saw, Jim, score one of the goals of the Euros, Patrick Schick.
Oh, no, not him. Is he on the radar?
It would take big money, I think, to bring him in, but I think it's an interesting week.
Simon, you and I were talking earlier on this morning. Newcastle needs must.
Yeah.
More money than God. Are you were suggesting to me that at a situation now, 25 million is not going to get Botman, 40 will pay 40.
Yeah, I mean, I had this argument and debate with Martin Keown on Friday about the necessity for Newcastle not to get drawn into being overpaying for everything, because that's what they're going to get forced into doing, because everyone knows they've got more money than God. But the fact is that horse has bolted, and Newcastle are going to have to make a decision, which is either pee or get off the pot. If you want to buy your way out of this problem, which is what you're going to do in the longer game, you're going to buy your way to winning the league, that like a lot of clubs have done, to buy your way out of this particular problem. And if that problem is resolved by paying 40 million for Botman, get the job done, move on. You've got plenty of money. You've got plenty of gains from Mike Ashley's financial management, whether you like it or not. But Newcastle is a profitable football club, so you're not going to get compromised by financial fair play.
Yeah.
So you might as well buy the success. If you're going to pay £40 million for a centre-half that's worth 30 or 35, okay, if he plays a few games, does well and keeps you in the division, he's worth his money. And I think Newcastle probably, I'm leaning more towards what Martin was saying on Friday, which is get on with it, get it done, pay the money. You know, you've made a big furore about who you are, what you've got, and who doesn't own you, and how much money you've got. Okay, away you go then, and buy the players and pay the price, because you're going to get your pants taken down whichever way you want it, because people know that you're in a room with a bag of money.
Well, we know they're after Aaron Ramsey, aren't they?
They are. This is a fascinating situation because, of course, the Juventus manager Max Allegri came out last week and described Ramsey as, quote, a departing player. I know that certainly Newcastle have already held talks with his representatives, but maybe this one isn't as clear-cut as it first seemed, particularly after what I was told at the weekend. Apparently, he's owed quite a bit of money, Aaron Ramsey, by Juventus. He's not in any particular hurry to walk away from the club. Also, having been banished by Allegri from training with the first team, it's my understanding that senior players, including the captain, Giorgio Chiellini, have implored Allegri to bring him back from the cold and let him train with the first team again. So a bit of a dilemma, Danny. What would you do if you were Aaron Ramsey? The manager seemingly doesn't want you, but you've got players fighting your corner to try and revive your career.
I think it's always hard to put yourself in the mindset of somebody, depending how happy or unhappy he is with life in Italy, family life. There's obviously not a financial issue because he's been there a while now and earned an absolute fortune, and desire him wanting to play. Yeah. I was always somebody who wanted to play football. If I was ever too long somewhere not playing, life became miserable. So I would hope he'd have a desire to play, and he would improve them. That's for sure. Even if it's a loan.
These are the dangerous ones, though, because
it's not a danger if it's a loan.
He has made a fortune. But Juventus don't want him out on loan. Do they want him gone full stop? Right.
Well, so might be a compromise.
He's made a lot of money. He engineered a situation at Arsenal. It was a free transfer, so the entire cost of the benefit of a transfer not being paid went into his salary. He's at a point now. Do you want to play, or do you want to stay and argue about some money? Because you're going to get a bundle of money going to Newcastle. So Newcastle must be sitting there, or I would be going, well, do I really want someone that's pontificating about whether they want to play or have a fight about some money they can get back from us anyway?
Yeah.